Hi, I'm Stuart. I'm the principal creative here at Other Brother, and wanted to share one of the things that I do to keep kind of creatively fresh and get past those creative blockages that always pop up. And what that is I do a little coffee spill in my sketchbook. So really, all you need is any sort of paper, and you don't have to use coffee, but I started doing this in coffee shops in college. And you just quite simply take a little bit of coffee and spill it. You can be as messy or not as messy as you want. Here, try to get a little bit of variation, but you'll see it's all gonna be good in the end. And what this helps you do is there's nothing worse than basically that white canvas syndrome. When anything's possible, it's almost like nothing's possible. So you look at this white blank piece of paper, whether you're supposed to be writing some copy or you're supposed to be drawing a picture or you're supposed to be doing storyboards. What do? Well, you need something to help kind of bring in the some borders and some restrictions. And so what I started doing a long time ago, and a lot of times I would do this at least on the first page of my sketchbook, just so I wouldn't feel too precious about my sketchbook. Sketchbooks for ideas. It's for bad drawings. Is I just spill something. Coffee, usually. I've also, of course, done paints and all that kind of stuff. But the idea is you let it dry, and you kind of look at these almost like a Rorschach test. And you kind of try to figure out what you can see inside of the shapes. You'll see some of these, that's gonna dry darker, and that's gonna dry darker. This will probably be lighter. And you'll start seeing some interplay of what's actually there in the negative space and the positive space. And for me, it's been really helpful. When I don't know what to do, I want to stay fresh. I want to be able to see different ideas. I want to be able to see different characters and faces and all that. It kind of keeps me fresh, so I don't get stuck in a rut of characters look like this, So now let's let it dry. Our canvas more or less is set, and so now really is when you start getting into just seeing what you can see. Now I've noticed that coffee has gone through quite a few pages. Some of these aren't dry yet, so I'll probably just stick to this one. But let's go in here. I probably will stop drawing. One thing I do, again, there's not a perfect way to do this, so we have a little bit of tape on there, but I'm gonna just look at it from a few different perspectives here. For some reason right now it's I see a nose there, and there could be an eye right there, and that almost could be a big beard and maybe a little feather or something like that. But let's keep seeing what we can see. Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead, since that's what I saw first. I'm just gonna go ahead and just start drawing that right there. So let's see.
You have a hair that's just
Whoop, my Superman curl. All right, so let's just go ahead and do this. Let's see. Let's kind of define this nose a little bit. Maybe there's a nostril there. He's kind of looking up a little bit. Let's see, where should I put his lip? If his lip's a little further down, it kind of makes him look like he has an overbite. He has to look a little harder. And then that kind of starts looking like his chin, And then his little lower lip there. Bring in a little bit of extra gruff just to kind of make it play a little bit better. Let's Now, what's interesting about doing these on camera is that you'll have to remember that this is about exploring and creativity, not necessarily do you have compelling drawings at the end of this. So it'll be interesting that now that I'm like videotaping it, it's like there's a little bit, I noticed a little bit of fear kind of growing in myself. It's like, oh, but what if I'm taping this and it sucks at the end? Well, it might suck. That's actually a little bit of a that's actually a little bit of a strategy. If you feel stuck, it's like do the terrible things you know won't work first. Like just get them out of your system. So it's like, I don't know where to put this guy's ear, but maybe he doesn't have ears. Maybe he is just maybe he is just more of like a big Muppet, and so his nose is actually just like, disconnected from his body a little bit, and his eyes are just circles, and he is just kind of furry everywhere. And those Muppets they'd have like little feathers on the top of their heads, you know, get a little bit of secondary motion in there. Anyway, we can say like that's like his body. Give him a little butt chin. Just because I was thinking, it's like Muppets don't usually have butt chins. That's kind of funny. There you go. Let's give a little bit more shade in here. So maybe I might come back to that. Maybe I won't. Let's move on. I must just have like Muppets on the brain, because here I am looking at this one, and I don't know if the camera picks it up, but there's just a slightly darker area right here where some of the coffee had pooled, and so I can almost already see almost like another little Muppet mouth there. Like here, I'm also not afraid to like break away from it. It's like maybe his mouth would kind of, in the position I'm thinking, would curl away like that. And it's like, let's give him that good old fashioned like Kermit the Frog, like to show that it's really far back there. Get that darker. Now I will also take a moment to shout out my Blackwing. It's a great soft lead pencil for this kind of stuff. What I like about it is you can cover some area pretty quickly like that, but it's soft enough that you can kind of push your finger over it to kind of like smooth it out a little bit, and then go back in and keep adding in darkness, and you don't have to spend, a whole ton of time trying to make sure that everything's perfectly filled in, because you can just kind of smear it at the end of the day. All right, let's put some eyes on this guy, because that's always when things get interesting. What do you think? You think they're looking at the same thing? Maybe. I almost want to give him like a little nose, even though there's nothing. Should he have a dangly nose? There you go. That's a good old-fashioned Muppet. Let's give this a little bit more of a rim light so you can see it. All right. Yeah, it's like that's his little neck. We don't spend too long on that. I feel like this one's probably done. All right, let's keep turning it around because we don't gotta listen to anybody. Let's see. Let's see. Here's a little tiny one. We might have to zoom in to get this one, but look, this looks like a little hand. It looks like a little person scratching their scratching their chin. This person also, has a big honking nose. And they're deep in thought. So sometimes they're just as simple as that. That's you got to take forever on these. Let's see. You know what? I saw another thing earlier here. When this was first drawing, when this was first drawing, I saw there's almost like a little like crocodile guy here. But I kind of like thinking this is his nose too. Let's just start drawing. Again, there's like a little bit of a variation in the coffee that I almost can like see right there. So I'm just going to go with it. Crocodiles have slit eyes, right? Or maybe this is more of like a Loch Ness kind of monster. On this one, I'm just going to more or less ignore. Give him a little bit of reptile, something or other there. Let's just go ahead and make him a little dinosaur. Get a little bit of that going on. He's there. A lot of times I'm just like picking out, again, little, like this just looks like a big old nose. So I'm just going to make it a big old nose. And he kind of looks like he has little antennas. So I'm just going to add another one. Maybe it's a clown. Let's see. Let's find something to do with this big area. No. This seems like right here. It's almost like one of those like what was it, Warner Brothers, like the witch that they do, like that's like the big nose, and then like that big like upturned chin that almost touches, you know. It's like, let's see, her eyes would be like there. She's gonna be a tired old lady. I'm not gonna make her a witch. You know, it looks like she's got a little wart on her nose. There's her little lips. Got those nice pencil eyebrows. Mm-hmm. She's got one of those tight buns up top. We just can't see it. There's her like little collar of her nightie or something. I don't know. All right, let's see what else we can do here. Oh, good. I almost kept that in frame. Let's see. This almost looks like a little guy. Let's see, how do I want to do it? Kind of what I'm seeing is a guy almost hunched over looking at something, and for some reason I like see almost like a umbrella, but maybe this umbrella is really a leaf. Of some strange kind. Maybe he's a little gnome or something. You can erase because you can literally do whatever you want. In fact, what I want to do right now is not necessarily finish this because I kind of feel like I might screw it up. But I'll keep going. There we go. It's a little gnome looking at something. What I want to do right now is kind of stop before maybe I don't have to show what he's looking at. Who knows? I'm going to erase this just to make this arm a little clearer. All right. Well, what do you think? I think anything else, and I'd be trying a little harder. What I do know that I like is that I have very much enjoyed drawing this. When I started out, I never thought I'd be drawing like a crocodile character. I never thought that maybe I'd draw a gnome under a big leaf, inspecting something that even a gnome doesn't know what it is. Didn't think I'd be drawing an old lady with a knobby nose and a top bun, or a couple of Muppet-esque characters. But I already know that I kind of want to draw more. Well, I think I'm going to call it quits. Like, subscribe. Hopefully this tip has helped you. Go ahead and give it a try. Even if you're not someone who draws typically, grab your notebook, throw some paint, throw some coffee in it, see what you see in there. Until next time.